Alright, so today it is Foundation Friday. This is where I try out a new foundation every single Friday on my channel. Today we're going to be talking about a foundation that I feel like is probably one of the most invisible foundations out there, in the sense that, has anyone ever noticed this? You may have seen this foundation, looked at it, and not thought twice about buying it. At least that's my experience with it. I actually did a whole video on hidden drugstore makeup, products that I've never really noticed before, or I have and I've just never bought for whatever reason. I'm gonna link that video in the eye over here if you missed it, but I think I actually mentioned this foundation in that video. But this is the L'Oreal Visible Lift Serum Absolute Foundation. It's one of those foundations that I feel like for whatever reason I haven't heard anything about over the years, so I wanted to give this a go. So in this foundation you get 1 fluid ounce, which is standard, and it retails for about between $11 and $15 depending on where you get it. The most information I found on this was on L'Oreal's website, so that's where we are going to read some of the claims. So it says it's age minimizing makeup, features an age reversing serum of 5 ingredients in 1 radiant makeup. Instantly even skin tone with a luxurious lightweight formula that doesn't settle into lines and wrinkles. It says the finish is radiant, SPF 17. It is amazing how many huge brands have airs on their descriptions. That is what I've learned from Foundation Friday. Coverage, medium, and all skin types. This comes in 12 shades. I have the lightest shade, which is 143 Soft Ivory. So I'm going to start swatches right here of Soft Ivory compared to some of the other foundations that I own. I'm going to throw in a few more drugstore foundations in these swatches just so we can compare them all. Alright, so swatch time. I just was holding a hot pack, so my arm is like a little bit red underneath here. But here we go, swatches. So right here's the L'Oreal foundation in the lightest shade 143. Next over is Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless in 110. By the way, I'm just watching a bunch of drugstore ones. Doesn't necessarily mean I like them. I just want to show you the lightest shades in each one so you can get an idea of how it compares. Next over is the CYO Long Lasting Foundation in the lightest shade. This I tried out in the CYO First Impressions video. I'm pretty sure that video will be up before this one. Next over is CoverGirl Vitalist Elixir in the lightest shade 705, which is definitely way too dark for me. I have to mix that one. Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation in the lightest shade. And then just a couple of my usual ones I swatched so you can get an idea. This is the Pure Cosmetics Bare It All Foundation in the lightest shade Porcelain and Dermacol 208. Alright, there we have swatches. I think that is everything. I have combo skin with cystic acne. I'm currently on Accutane when you guys are seeing this video, so this is a pre-recorded video. I'm going to have the Foundation Friday playlist linked down below in the description box if you want to go back and watch any other videos. If you're excited for this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up while you're watching. Let's get into it. If you want to see what I think of the L'Oreal Visible did I say invisible before? Visible Lift Foundation, how it applies and wears throughout the day, you're in the right place. Just keep watching. Alright, it's 8:16 in the morning, September 30th. When I'm filming this, and I've already washed, moisturized, primed half of my face again. So I used the Laura Mercier foundation primer. This has been one of my favorite primers for years now. I just haven't used it in a while, so I want to whip it back out again. But I just primed this side of my face, so I'm going to give this a shake. My lash extensions have definitely seen better days right now. I'm letting them all fall out right now, so it's a really cute phase where they're like half in, half out. I haven't swatched this yet, but in the bottle, it looks like the shade might be pretty nice. So let's start out with a brush on this side of my face. I'm going to use the Sigma F80, one of my favorite foundation brushes, flat top kabuki. This is supposed to be medium coverage. Oh, this is very scented. I literally can't put my finger on what that smells like. Some kind of soap or something? That's sitting on my skin pretty nice. So with the brush, I agree with the medium coverage claim. It looks really nice. So when you guys are seeing this video, I will be on week 5 of Accutane, week 4. It is covering my acne pretty well. I'm going to smooth over my forehead with a sponge. I think I got barely noticeable, but a tiny bit better coverage on the brush side. I think I'm going to use the sponge though for a thin second layer just to see if I can get a little bit better coverage. No, I'm going to switch back to the brush. I think I do like this one better with a brush. So I just used a dab of product on this side just to go over my acne again, and it's covering really well. I would say I'm at pretty much full coverage. It doesn't look quite as luminous as I was expecting. Doesn't it say luminous on here? Yeah, it says luminous makeup result on here, and it's also a serum foundation. I thought it was going to be a little bit more dewy, but it looks like a nice satin matte kind of finish. Primed side versus not primed side seems to be looking about the same. I like the tone of this. I think once I have bronzer on and everything, it'll be a perfect shade. It looks a tiny bit dry around my nose and on my upper lip. But other than that, I really have no complaints right now. It looks pretty damn good. Center of my forehead looks nice. So it definitely feels like I could blend product on top of here. It doesn't feel super tacky. It does have a little bit of stick to it right now. It's not totally set down, but I would definitely be able to blend on top of here. So I don't think I'm going to powder my face with this one because I like the finish and everything right now. I don't want it to kind of cake up. So we're going to call the start time 8:30. By the way, got a new phone background. Exciting updates. So 8:30 check-in. I'm going to do the rest of my makeup and I will be right back. It's now 9:04. Literally don't know how that just took me a half hour. I did the most basic makeup ever. It looks great. It looks good. Still no complaints. Everything blended out fine on top. I like the way my forehead is looking. It definitely looks more on the matte side though. I found myself really trying to like layer on the highlight because I just felt like I looked a little bit dull or something. I think this is one that maybe like the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix setting spray, a setting spray that gives like a really dewy finish. I feel like that might look really beautiful on top of this. But so far so good. So on the rest of my face, I used the e.l.f. St. Lucia bronzer. So that shade right there. Contoured a little bit with the Kevyn Aucoin Tropical Nights, the lightest little ombre thing in there. Blush is Max Factor Nude Mauve. On my eyes, all I did was put that same contour shade in my crease and then put L'Oreal 300 Matte just on the lids. My eyeliner is Wet n Wild Pro Line, ColourPop Honey Dude on my waterline just to brighten it up. I tried out this Ardell Forever Kissable Lip Stain. Look at how light it looks on the bottom, okay? This is like a straight up fuchsia color. It doesn't even look like the tip. It is like fuchsia, so I was not expecting that. I'm about to go to brunch. I'm not trying to eat some pancakes with a fuchsia lip. So then I put the Wet n Wild Nudie Patootie Liquid Catsuit lipstick over top, and I like this combo. And highlight, I used the Fenty Beauty Girl Next Door and Chic Freak. I just went in with this shade right here. I'm gonna go eat, and I'll check in with you guys in a few hours in natural lighting. Okay, so it's 1:17, so it's been on for almost 5 hours. It doesn't look horrible, it doesn't look good. I'm gonna zoom you guys in. So there's some definite upper lip creasing on both primed and not primed side. It looks like it's starting to separate a little bit on my chin. Is that separation or is it rubbing off right there? Right in the center a bit. I thought it might have just been like separating around the zip, but it's kind of like all over here if you look really close. The rest of my forehead doesn't look bad. I mean, from far away it looks fine. It's just when you get really up close and you can see all the creasing around my nose and everything. But right now I wouldn't say I'm liking how it looks. I probably wouldn't wear this alone again. I might mix it in with something a little bit more dewy. And actually I might mix this in with the CoverGirl Vitalist because that one is too dark, but it's really nice and dewy and it lasts really long. So that might be a good one to mix this with. So I'll see you guys at the end of the night. Okay, so it's now 6:40, so it's been on for 10 hours. And there's a little bit of like, ooh, the sunset looks good. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So it's been on for 10 hours. It's not looking the best. I haven't been doing like anything strenuous. I've just been on the couch editing. And my forehead looks pretty bad. It's like breaking down a lot and just kind of rubbing off, even though I don't feel like I've really been touching my forehead a whole lot. Like on the top up here, it's kind of rubbed off. I think primed, which is this side, versus not primed side. I mean, I think you can see it's just worn off in certain places, like over here, kind of all over here too. My chin a little bit breaking down. I just don't feel like it looks the most flattering. So I think for me, I would only use this one as kind of if I need like a drugstore mixer or something, if I want to mix this one to lighten another foundation, because I do like the shade and it's a nice kind of neutral tone and it didn't oxidize throughout the day, so that's good. I wouldn't wear this one again on its own. I don't think a powder would really help with this one on my skin because I can just tell with certain foundations when it's gonna get really heavy looking, and that's kind of how I feel with this one if I put a powder on it. But not super excited about it. I liked how it looked when it first went on, and it's just kind of gone downhill. So I think for me this one is a pass. Let me know if you've tried this, what you think of it, if you have any way you like to wear it that makes it last longer. Does it separate on your skin? Let us know down below. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. So love you guys, thanks for watching, see you in my next video, bye. I'm gonna have the Foundation Friday playlist. Foundation Friday playlist will be linked. Oh my god. Sentences this morning, man, sentences.